Then you can put your soles of your feet, happy Mother's Day out there. For mamas, two-legged, four-legged, you're all good. So put the block underneath the long leg, low side. I'm actually going to just turn myself this way. And then you can let's actually have our legs stretched out for a moment. And if it's too much, then bend your knees a little bit. Bring your arms down by your side and let your body weight just settle onto the block so there's no tension in the back side of your body, and the front side of your body can open up. And you can have your arms, I'm just going to change the ponytail setup. You can have your arms outstretched, or maybe one over your heart, one over your belly, or maybe even cross your arms over each other. Goddess arms, whatever feels open to you and a good place for you to be at right now. And just breathe in and out and lift the belly and chest up, let it rise and fall. And you can wiggle your fingers and toes just to release any tension there. And just keep noticing the breath moving through, and are you tight? Are you restricted anywhere? How can you open those areas of restriction? So maybe send a little thought process, especially I tend to tighten up my glutes when I'm like this, my quads even, my feet. So just send a little notice to those areas of your body to let go, and just let the body weight be supported by the block. Take just a couple more rounds of breath here. And if at any point you want to bring your legs up and bend them, that's fine. And if you do that, let's just turn the knees in towards each other. So if you're doing it now already, great. And if you want to just join me, bring your knees and bend them and let them fall in towards each other. And then this time, cross your right arm over your left arm and just wrap yourself around yourself. So grab opposite shoulders, breathe. And then keep the legs as they are and just switch the cross of the arms. Hug yourself with the left arm on top. And then open the arms again. Open the legs. Press down through the bottoms of your feet. Push your shoulders down. And lift your hips up. Just come off the block for a bridge. Arms can go again anywhere you want. Overhead is fine. Under your back. Or just by your sides. Push down firmly through the big toe, little toe, ball of the heel. So you're firmly grounded into the earth. Your shoulders are pressing down. And then if you're near that block, take it and slide it out to the side and articulate your spine down. Hug your knees all the way up to your chest. And rock on your spine side to side. Take your feet as wide as the mat, so I'm just going to stay in this position for now. And let both knees fall over to the right side. And just you don't have to put the foot on top of the other foot here. Just allow the legs to move over to one side. And just noticing how gravity allows the left leg, if you're on the same side as me, the left leg to melt towards the floor. And every few moments of breath, you might find another inch, millimeter of space. There's no force outside of gravity. And come back to center. Keep your feet wide. Move your hips, or just let your knees fall to the left side. And one side may go easier than the other side. And just, again, notice and let the breath go to those areas. And then come on back to center. Once again, hug your knees into your chest. Grab a hold of the top of the foot, shin. Rock on your spine. Let's just make some circles around on our backs. And reverse your circles. And then hug your knees really close to you. Grabbing as close as you can, maybe to your elbows, But keep your tailbone on the floor, pull yourself and just compress your lower body to your upper body. Really, really tighten up. And then without the block, extend the legs out and extend the arms all the way over your head. Hook your thumbs together, reach in 2 directions. Point your toes, reach your fingers, bring your ribs down towards your hips, pull your pelvic floor muscles up for a moment. Just squeeze everything and then pause, take a breath. And then as you empty the breath, release your arms and legs and just kind of let them go. And then bend your knees, roll over to either side, and bring yourself up onto your hands and knees. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Breathe in, just lost my tongue. Tuck your toes, arch your back, dip your belly. And exhale, round and curl. Good, inhale, arch. Exhale, round and curl. Inhale, arch. Exhale, round and curl. Take your knees closer together today and sit back on your heels into a close child's pose. Reach your fingers as far forward as you can now. Push the heel of the hand towards the front of the mat and push your hips back further. And then walk your hands even closer together and hook your thumbs. Biceps by the ears. Push your chest on your thighs for a moment. Push your hips to your heels. And then begin to rise up. Bring the arms up overhead. Exhale, lean to the right side. It's not going to be huge. Inhale, center, switch the cross of the thumbs, lift over to the left side. Inhale, center, open the arms, elbows, shoulder height. So like goalpost arms. Rotate to the right side. Baby on board. And come back to center. Twist in the other direction. Back to center. Rotate to the right. And now take your twist. Left hand outside right thigh, right hand behind you. Lengthen. And twist. Drop your shoulders down. Inhale, arms come up. Goalpost your arms, exhale. Rotate to your left side. And take your twist on that side. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold back into your child's pose. Inhale to hands and knees and step your right foot in between your 2 hands. So place your hands on the floor or blocks. Move your left knee back far enough that you'll feel that stretch and that release in your hips. Point your toes forward on the right leg, knee over the ankle. It could be a little bit in front of the ankle, but don't lift the heel up. And lift your heart up. Push your back foot, top of the foot, shin down, so you feel a little bit of energy there. And actually, do that and lift the knee up off the floor just for a moment and just notice where babies rule. It's their day, it's their world. Lower the knee down to the floor. Good. Turn your left toes to the right. Place your right hand on the inside on the foot or block. Hug the knee to the tricep and lift your left arm up. So keep hugging knee and tricep together. And breathe. Good. And then return back to the center. Hands on the floor. Let's tuck our toes under and find our first downward facing dog. Come back, hips up in the air. Rise high up on your tippy toes. And then feel free to, walk your dog a little bit. Or if you're ready to stay in some space, some peace. Lower your heels, chest to your thighs, shake out your neck, yes and no. And shift forward with straight arms, straight legs, plank, and then lower your hips towards the floor. So, and lift up to downward dog. And just moving, we're just moving, we're finding space. Lower the right knee to the floor and step your left foot forward between your two hands. Hands on the floor blocks. So if you want to take a lot of pressure off of your arms and your upper body, put your blocks higher. I'm going to put a little pressure off of my knee. Good. And breathe. Push the top of the right foot and shin down. And just lift that leg up. Just you're resting on top of the ankle, above the ankle, below the ankle, but not. And then release it. Take your right toes to the left side. Bring your left hand on the inside. Right arm comes up. And so if you hug your knee to your tricep, you'll get the hips a little bit more squared. And then rotate the tailbone underneath you. So find all that glorious space from underneath and on top. So how do you love? As you exhale, hands down. Turn yourself back to the center. Tuck your back toes under. Look forward. And step forward, top of the mat, halfway lift when you get there. Separate your feet with hips width apart. Take two fists to measure it out. Let your head come down. Bend your knees enough that your belly actually is sitting on top of your thighs, not necessarily collapsed. And then point your head down towards the floor. Release your arms behind your back, interlace your fingers. Palms together. Arms reach up and away from your back. Look forward with your eye gaze. And then if you want, maybe straighten the legs a little bit more. Chest is still connected towards your thighs. And your head comes down towards your shins. So the weight is forward into the fronts of your feet. Breathe. Now push down through your feet, pull up with your arms, lead with your heart. Rise up to stand. Knuckles down, heart lifts. Release your arms. And just walk your feet together. Reach your arms down by your side. I'm just going to try to get this a little bit better for you guys. Good. Inhale. Stretch your arms up to the sky. Grab a hold of your left wrist. I'll stand back a little bit. Exhale up and over to the right side. Inhale, center, exhale. Take the opposite wrist up and over to the other side. Inhale to center. Back to your goalpost arms. And then forward fold. Sweep your arms down, up and overhead. Come up. Goalpost, a little back bend. Exhale, fold. Sweep it around. Come on up. Exhale, open, fold. In Pilates, we used to call this gathering flowers. Exhale and switch the arms. Come all the way up. Open your heart. And bring prayer to the heart center. Inhale, stretch your arms all the way overhead. Exhale, hands to floor, shins or blocks. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step, step, high plank. Take a breath. Choose to go to a push-up or skip it all together, and we meet in downward facing dog. I see a downward facing dog there. Hips up. Good. Stay for a few breaths here, just warming up the body. Inhale on your toes, bend your knees, look forward, take yourself to the top of the mat. Halfway lift when you get there. Empty the breath as you fold. Inhale, rise to stand, bring the arms up overhead. Exhale, prayer to the heart. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step, step, high plank. Take a pause there. Inhale. Shift forward, exhale, halfway. Inhale, up and over your toes or stay on your belly. Downward dog is where we meet. Let's bring the feet closer together. Lift up onto your toes. Shift your heels to the right side. Press your chest to the center. Inhale on your toes. Exhale to the left side, chest towards your thighs. Inhale on your toes. Sorry. Exhale, lower the heels. Step your right foot in between your hands. Turn your back foot on its side, so the toes are still kind of forward. Heel to heel. I'm going wider right now in my stance, but it's heel to instep. And put your hands on blocks for a moment. Lift your chest up and hug your right hip in towards the midline. Big toe, little toe. So the back foot, same thing. Big toe, little toe. Inner and outer heels press down. So the inner arch might lift. Now straighten your leg and just fold to give a little relief, but pull the hip back. So we're working on keeping that right hip pointing back, but our torso pointing forward. Inhale, rebend your front knee. Release the fingers from the floor blocks. And then rise up, warrior one, arms up. Back off your front leg again. Pull the right hip back, left hip forward. And then rebend your front knee. Good, reach all the way up. Draw the ribs down, pull the belly in. Think about your back foot having a lot of energy through it. And release your arms behind your back. Interlace your fingers. Palms together, knuckles down, lift your chest up. Squeeze your elbows towards each other. And then fold on the inside of your right leg. Head down, arms up. So you could be on the inside of the leg, you could be on top of the thigh. I wouldn't put all the body weight on top of the thigh, but just working yourself towards the center of your body. Breathe in, breathe out. Good, now release your hands. Bring them on the inside of the right foot, towards the top edge of your mat. So it's a little bit on a diagonal, but we're pulling the right hip back in again. And then walk your hands over to the left side as you turn your left toes to the left side, right toes, excuse me, to the left side. And you can have your block here. Lengthen your spine, inhale, and exhale. So put your body weight towards your feet so your knees are soft, right? And then walk your hands in between your two legs. Turn your fingers away. Bend your elbows and bring your chest towards your thighs. Let your head hang down. And just breathe, pull. One more breath. Inhale, hands under shoulders, lift your chest. Turn back to the front of the mat. Step back to a downward facing dog. Shift forward to high plank, take a pause. Decide if you want to take a push-up, 2, 10, none. And we meet in downward facing dog. Look between your hands and bring your left foot forward. Turn your right foot on its side. Have your blocks if you'd like. Come up onto your fingertips. Good, so pulling the left hip back and the right hip forward. And it's heel to mid-step. Wider if you need it. Straighten your front leg, come out of it for a moment. And then pull the left hip back more, right hip forward. Bend the knees. And then come to your fingertips. And rise to stand warrior one. Back it off. And rebend. Good. Inhale, lift up. Release your arms behind your back. Take the opposite finger grip. Just will feel weird. Lift your chest up. And fold on top or inside of your left leg. Strong out. Left knee is on top of the ankle. Keep pulling the left hip towards midline and be conscious of what the back foot is doing. As you take the next breath, release your hands to the top right corner of your mat. So inside of your leg, and then again, hug the hip towards the midline. And then we're going to walk to the right side, turn the left toes with you, adjust your feet parallel. And again, if you want to have a block nearby for a moment, lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold and walk your hands in between your two legs. Pull your chest down, head down towards the floor. Soft knees and weight is shifting a little bit forward into the balls of the feet. Shake out your head, yes and no. Halfway lift, inhale. Release your hands. Walk back around to the front of the mat. Downward facing dog, hips up. You can stay in dog, or you can take a vinyasa. You can take extra push-ups if it's in your wheelhouse today. Breathe in. Notice what's going on in your, even in your downward dog, right? Even in a pose that gives us a few moments of rest, it's still very energetic. So, it can be both powerful and peaceful. Look between your hands, step your right foot through. Turn your back foot on its side and rise up to warrior one. Arms come overhead. Back it off just because you can and rebend it. Pull the left hip forward. Release your arms behind your back. Interlace your fingers, knuckles down, arm lifts. And then exhale, fold in half. Head down, arms up. Release your hands to the outside left corner of your mat and hug your right hip towards the midline. Good. Walk around to the center of your mat towards the left side. And now bend your left knee. Now keep this high. Send your hips back. You can release your arms to the side, behind your back, or keep them on the floor. If you're behind your back, you can even take your reverse prayer. So it's not a really low stance. Now I'm going to be turning my backs on you, but listen to my cues. If your hands are anywhere but the floor, bring them to the floor. Turn to your left leg, so you're going to face the back of your mat. Turn your hips all the way square. Take your right hand down, left hand up, twist. So I'm going to just turn it to the front so you can see me, but you're facing the back of your mat. As you exhale, look forward, hand down. Step your feet together. You're still at the back of your mat, halfway lift. Exhale, fold your body in half. Inhale, rise to stand. So your back should be towards me right now. And exhale, bring your hands to your heart. Good. Inhale, bring your arms overhead. Exhale, fold down. Halfway lift, inhale. Bring your left foot back again. Same foot. Turn it on its side. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, hands behind your back. Interlace your fingers. Lift your heart. Inhale. Fold on the inside of your right leg. Exhale. And then release your hands to the corner. And turn. Now you're facing the right side of your mat. Lengthen your spine. Inhale. Rebend your left knee again. Exhale. Maybe your hands come off or behind you. Release the hands, walk forward. You should be facing the front now. Right hand down, left hand up, twist. Left hand down, plank position. Halfway down, chaturanga. Upward dog, and downward facing dog. Breathe. So we sometimes call those mandala flows, where we kind of walk around from one side of the mat to the other. So just listen for the cues, follow the directions. Look forward, step your left foot through. Turn your right foot on its side and rise up, warrior one. Straighten your leg, come out of it, and then rebend and recommit to this pose. Release your arms behind your back, switch finger across, knuckles down, heart lifts. Exhale, fold on the inside, arms up. Exhale, hands to the corner. Turn to your right side. Lengthen your spine, inhale. Bend your right knee, exhale. Wherever you go with your arms is fine. Send your weight back into your heels. And find a little stretch here for a moment. Good. Good, now release your hands down to the floor. Turn to your right side, which is now the back of your mat. I'm going to come forward with it just so you can see. Left hand down, right hand up, twist. Hug your hips to midline. You can also drop your knee to the floor. Find some space in between your body, or your top body and your lower body, your ribs, and all these beautiful places we can find space. Exhale the hand down, look forward. Step your feet together and you're still at the back of your mat, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Rise to stand, bring your arms with you. You're still facing the back of your mat. Exhale, bring your hands to your heart. I'll take it around, inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, look up. Bring your right foot back, turn it on its side. Warrior one, arms come up. Exhale, release your arms behind your back. Inhale, lift. And exhale, fold on the inside of your left leg, excuse me. Inhale, release your hands and turn your feet now to the right side of your mat, left side of your mat really, yeah. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend your right knee, sit your weight back. Wherever you go with the arms is perfect. And then release your hands down. Turn to the front of the mat. Left arm down, right arm up, twist. Exhale, hand down. Plank position. Lower through push-up or skip. Upward and downward facing dogs. Nice work, guys. Just shake up your day a little bit. Walk your feet to the middle of your mat. Walk your hands to your feet. Hi, Cindy. Lengthen. Don't be sorry. Exhale, fold. Never be sorry when you make it to a yoga class. Happy Mother's Day. Halfway lift again. Lift your toes up, bend your knees, and slide your hands underneath. Wrap your big toe around your wrist. Look up. And then exhale, elbows out to the side, head to the shins. Put a little bit of weight forward into the balls of the feet, into the wrists. Halfway lift, inhale. Release your hands. Lengthen your spine. Hands to your hips, rise up to standing. Good. All right, release your arms. Find yourself evenly standing. Equal standing stance, samastitihi. Shift your weight to your left leg without collapsing. Lift the right leg off the floor for balance. Open the right knee to the side. And then have a hold of the foot or shin. And take it and place it above or below the knee, or perhaps back to the floor. Bring your hands to your heart or over your head. Hug your left hip into the midline. So really stand up tall. Ground your feet. Open your knee. Release the right hip. Breathe in. Hug, hug, hug. Bring prayer to the heart. Release the foot. Separate your feet hips width and fold over. Take your peace finger grip around your big toes. Look up. And then exhale, elbows out to the side. Shake it out, yes, shake it out, no. Halfway lift again. Hands to your hips, rise up. All right. So find your balancing stance. Shift your weight to your right leg, lift your left leg up. And open the knee out to the side. And choose to place the foot above or below the knee. Hug your hip into the center. Stand up tall, crown of the head sky. Ooh, yeah. It's windy, I see. And then maybe the arms go up. Any mudra. Hug your right hip towards the midline. Squeeze your inner thigh and foot towards each other. Release the prayer. Release the feet. Forward fold over your legs. This time, lengthen your spine, inhale. Walk your hands forward. Step your feet back, downward facing dog. With a straight arm, straight leg, shift forward. Lower your hips. And find your downward dog. Looking great, guys. So let's put that little mandala flow back in. Look forward, step your right foot forward. Just listen for the cues. Left foot turns on its side. Inhale, rise up, arms up. Warrior one. Exhale, arms behind your back. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, fold inside or over, humble warrior. Inhale, release your hands to the left corner of your mat. And then walk your hands to the middle as you turn both feet to face the left side of the mat. Halfway lift. Exhale, bend your left knee. Release your arms somewhere. They can stay on the floor. And then release your hands, walk around to the back of your mat, left leg is forward. Right hand stays, left arm open. So again, I'm going to come up face front, but your back should be to me right now. Left arm up, right arm down. Hands together on the floor. Look forward, step forward, take a halfway lift. Exhale, fold down. Inhale, rise to stand. Bring your hands to your heart. Bring your weight to your left leg, lift your right leg, and open it out to the side. Find your tree, right foot in, hugging hips, arms up. Squeeze your hip into the midline. Exhale, hands to prayer, inhale. Exhale, feet together on the floor, arms by your side. Inhale, stretch up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step your left foot back. Right knee is bent, warrior one, arms up. Same leg. Exhale, release the arms behind your back. Inhale, lift your heart. Exhale, fold in half. Inhale, release your hands, lengthen your spine. Turn yourself now to what's the right side of your mat as we turn back towards the front. Inhale. And exhale, walk back around to the front of your mat, facing me now. Right hand down, left arm up, twist. Now, stay here. You can bring a knee to the floor. You can do any variations to get there, but we're going to step back to a side plank with the left leg back. So, you can stack, stagger, lift. Left arm is up, right arm is down. Open up your heart. Lift the bottom side of your body up. Again, the bottom knee can stay on the floor. And breathe. One more big breath. Hands come down on the floor plank. Take it through a vinyasa or meat and dog. Hips up in the air. If you need a break, take it down to your knees. Body should start feeling warm now. Then look between your hands, step your left foot through. Right foot turns on its side. Inhale, warrior one, arms up. Exhale, arms behind your back, interlace the fingers other way, knuckles down, heart lifts. Exhale, hang forward. Inhale, release your hands to the left corner. Turn yourself to your right side of your mat, halfway lift. Exhale, bend the right knee. Arms out. Tell me I'm on the correct leg, guys. Inhale. I want to make sure. Release. Turn around. Face the back of your mat, left hand down, right hand up. So I'm going to face you guys for a moment. Right hand down. Lengthen your spine. Good. Step your feet together, top of the mat, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Bring the arms with you overhead. Exhale, prayer to the heart. Weight in your right leg, left leg lifts. Open your left hip out. Take it into your tree pose, wherever you want your hands, wherever you need your foot. Keep hugging the right hip in towards the midline. And find your place for a few breaths. Good. Release your arms. Release your legs. Inhale, bring your arms overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Step your right foot back. Warrior one, left leg is bending. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, release your arms behind your back. Knuckles down, heart lifts. Exhale, fold in. Head down, arms up. Release your arms down. Turn to face the left side of your mat. Lengthen your spine. Exhale, rebend your right knee. Reach your arms out to the side. Inhale, hands down. Turn front, left arm down. Right arm up, twist. Stay here for a few moments. And we're going to go back to a side plank. So choose how you're going to make your way back there. Left palm plants and step your right foot back. Either you're on your side, you're down on your knee. Any variations, tree, lift your leg, bind, and breathe. One more breath. Good, now take it to a plank. Take your way back to downward dog. And we'll all meet back there. One more breath. Good, bring your feet together. Lift your right leg high in the sky. Open your right hip. Lower your left heel, turn your right shoulder down and bend your right knee. Turn your right hip to the center. Knee to chest, round curl. Look forward, step forward. Turn your left toes on your side. Windmill up to warrior two. Exhale, straighten your leg, inhale. Now make the adjustments. Back foot moves in a little closer, perhaps. Reach the right arm forward, left arm back. Stack your shoulders over your hips. Take a breath in. Move your hips to the left and move your torso to the front. Reach out, reach out, reach out, reach out, reach out. Right arm down, left arm up. Good. Lift the bottom side of your body up. Your hands can be on a block. So take a look for a second if you have your camera to see where your left arm is in space. Imagine that you're against a wall and everything is leaning back behind you. So the back of your head, the back of your shoulders, your hips. Breathe in. Look down. Stand up, reverse this. Exhale, bring your hands inside your right leg as you bend the right knee. Turn your right toes out and lower your left knee to the floor. So first, just stay here. Walk your hands a little bit more forward. Maybe a lot more forward. Good. And breathe. Now, walk your hands back and turn your foot forward. Hug your right shoulder, so maybe your knee and your shoulder are meeting, and take your right hand outside the mat. Good, so you can stay right here, or you can take your right hand behind and left hand behind and bind. And some of you will take an arm balance here. Breathe, hug your hips in towards the midline. Take a few breaths. Just settle in. Release the hands if you're bound. Undo the bind. Turn your right toes back to the side. Come down to your forearms if it's available to you. Breathe. Choose to be on the outer edge of your foot or down on the floor with all the toes. Good. Walk your hands back in. Come back, turn your toes forward, hands on either side. Tuck your back toes underneath you and lift your right leg in the air, three-legged. Open the hip, shake it out. And just place it on the floor, downward dog. Bring your feet closer, lift your left leg in the air nice and high. Open up your left hip, lower your right heel, square your left shoulder down, bend your left knee. Oh, that's a lot talk. You can play with it or just stay there. Keep the knee bent as you turn your hips a little more square. Knee to chest, round and curl. Look forward, step forward. Good. Turn your back foot on its side. Windmill open, warrior two, just for the breath. Exhale, straighten your front leg. Bring your back foot in a little closer if you like. Pull your right arm back, left arm forward, shoulders stack on top of each other. Legs are strong. Inhale, move your hips right. Move your torso left. Left arm down, inside, outside, foot, shin, or block. Right arm up in the air. And so ideally the arms line up with each other. And that means the tailbone comes underneath you when you lift out of your waistline. And it's as if you were leaning back against the wall, even the back of your head. Right? So rather than looking up sometimes, just looking neutral to the side will be safer for your neck. And you'll find that alignment better. Breathe in and out. Keep your legs nice and strong and active. And up. Look down. Reverse your triangle. And exhale your hands inside your left leg. Turn yourself forward, turn your left toes out, and just walk your hands forward. You can have the knee on the floor or not, but walk the arms a little bit more forward. So releasing that back hip a little bit more. Good, now we're going to walk the hands back in. Turn your left toes forward. Take your left arm maybe underneath your left knee. Hands on either side. So you're going to move the left arm out a little bit wider to the left. And some of you will take the left arm behind you, right arm behind you and bind. And some of you will take an arm balance. Let me see where we're at. Good. Oh, yeah, get that sun. One more breath, everybody. And if you're bound, release your hands on the inside. Turn the toes out again if you'd like. And then maybe come on down to your forearms. And just release. One more breath. Hands come down. Back toes tucked, three-legged dog. And downward dog. Inhale on your toes, engage your quads. Shift forward, lower your hips towards the floor. And right here, release your thighs to the floor, release the tops of your feet, and just lift the thighs off. So it's as if you're in an upward facing dog from the get-go. And then tuck your toes, plank pose, downward dog. Inhale till your toes come forward, high plank. Take your forearms to the floor, forearm plank. Shift your shoulders over your elbows, body parallel to the floor. Let's take a side plank, right arm stays. Spin onto your right leg or drop your right knee. Left arm up. Lift the bottom side of your body up and take your left foot behind you. You can stay on the toes and lift into a dancer's bridge. Good, release it to the forearms. Shoulders over elbows, look forward. Keep the left arm down, spin onto your left side. Go to your knee if you'd like. You can have your hand forward or to the side, whatever kind of feels right for you. Apparently mine moving doesn't work. Take your right leg behind you, stay on the toes or drop the heel, and just lift up your hips. That's it. Good, and then we release back, forearm plank. Open your arms, shift your shoulders over your elbows, look forward, lower your hips to the floor, Sphinx pose. Push your pubic bone down, lift your heart up. Bend your right knee, flex your foot. Now, you're going to either take a hold of your right foot with your hand in any direction, or some of you will even turn your fingers forward on your heel and then pull your hips to the midline. So try to bring your right hip down to the floor. So this is a funky shoulder stretch for some people. It's called Ardubakasana. And release it. Bend the left leg, flex the foot. Choose how you hold the foot, your choice. Or some of you will turn the toes, the fingers forward, and then drop that left hip down towards the floor. So kind of like when you're in dancer's pose and your hip wants to open all the way out to the side, right? Except for some of you, you know who you are, have a really firm dancer's pose. Actually, you don't all know who you are, but some of us are experienced. Dancer's pose is our best pose ever. One more breath. Release it, put your toes together, put your head onto your forearms, and let go. I'm just going to take this opportunity to turn my mat on its side so you don't have to see all sorts of crazy stuff going on. All right, so just turn your toes in, let go. And then come up onto your, keep your head where it is actually, bend your knees, flex your feet. Start with your knees together and your feet together. Push your pubic bone down and lift your thighs off the floor. Just your thighs. So your head stays down, my head is up so I can look at you. Reach, reach, reach. Lower your knees, lower your hips, turn your toes in, shift your hips from side to side, just letting go a little bit. Good, let's bend the knees. Now, take your forehead down, release your arms, reach towards your feet, and some of you will grab your feet. Keep your heels together, knees together, push your pubic bone down. Inhale, lift just your chest up. Kick your legs back, but keep your thighs down for a moment. Breathe. Now you can stay with this, or lift your thighs up. Try not to let them spread apart. Lift your heart up, up, up. Kick up, lift up. 3, 2, release everything. Push to a child's pose, this time wide leg. Walk your hands closer, take your right arm under your left and do a little threading of the needle twist here. Reach your right arm forward and change sides. Left arm underneath, back of the head towards the floor. Come back to center. Walk yourself onto your hands and knees. Come to the middle of your mat. Step your right leg back behind you, toes down, lift the leg up. Bring the knee to the chest, round curl, step it through, and walk the right foot over to the left side for your pigeon pose. Tuck your back toes underneath you, lift the knee up, snuggle back, start upright for a moment. Square your shoulders, square your hips, breathe. That's it. And then start to fold over. Start to bring yourselves down and let go. So go as far as your body will take you today, without force, without coming off one side or the other, so trying to keep our hips nice and squared. Good, stay for a couple more breaths. And come on back up. If you're on a block or anything, take it off to the side. Lower your right hip to the floor and sweep your left leg all the way around for a seated twist. Foot on the floor, sitting on your floor or your block, but not your right heel. Left arm moves behind you, right arm comes up. Reach, reach, reach. Rotate and twist outside or hug around the knee. Spinal twist. Pulling the knee to the right, pressing the hip down to the floor and behind you. Inhale. And exhale. Keep your twist, but look right. And release. And for today, come back. Lean back on your hands. Release your legs. And just take your left leg around, sweep your right leg behind you. Tuck the toes underneath you. Easy transition. Snuggle the leg back as far as you can. Hips are squared. And fold over your leg to whatever degree your body will allow you. So notice one side to the other. Just settle in, let go. Slowly come on back up. If you have a block underneath your hip, take it out. Have a seat on the left side, and then swing your right leg all the way around outside the leg. Move your left foot away so you're sitting either on a block or on the floor. And then inhale the right arm behind you, left arm up, lengthen, then rotate, twist or hug or bind. Lengthen your spine, inhale. Twist deeper, exhale, look over your shoulder. Keep twisting to the right, but look to the left. And then release to the left. Come back to your center. And then release your legs, shake it out. Take your feet as wide as your mat. Hold on under your thighs. Lift your chest up. Good. As you come back, pull your belly to your spine, round your spine, and drag your feet with you so you come back, and it'll be a happy baby when you get your legs in the air. Take the bottoms of the feet, big toe, outer grip. Just wherever you hold on, make sure your tailbone stays down towards the earth. The knees are on the outer edges of the ribs, and the feet press up towards the sky. If you can hold on to your toes, open your legs into a straddle, and if you need to release your hands to the inside thighs, again, you don't want your hips off the floor. Bring your legs closer together. Bend your knees. Open your arms to a T. Shift your hips right, let your knees fall, left twist. Good, inhale, come back to center, hips move to the left, knees fall to the right, twist. And inhale back to center. Hug your knees really close to your body. And place your feet on the floor, and like we started, take a block. If you don't have a block, just go into a bridge position. Take your block, then this time, any of the three heights. And if you don't have a block and you have books or bolsters or pillows, lay back down on the floor, lift your hips up and settle the block somewhere on your sacrum with your hips resting and fully letting go of the tension in your glutes and be supported by the block. If you don't have a block, you want to use your hands, and then Karen, just open your knees apart. Yeah. Good. Open up your arms and see that all the body weight can shift. Now the block has three heights. You can choose any one of them. You don't have to be on the highest height if it's something that really doesn't benefit you. You can stay with this. Some of you will want Probably not. I believe that's what's coming up here. So notice as you stay here, particularly if you're on a high block, are you creating any tension anywhere to hold on, or can you just simply let go? Now this is a fine place to stay for your Shavasana, or you can release yourself and come onto the floor. So at any time, if you're on the block and you want to make your way back down to the floor for your final Shavasana, just take the block out, give yourself a little hug with the knees to the chest. But notice the difference of how you feel from the very beginning of the class to now. Yes, and of course, if there's anything else you'd like to do before you settle in, please do it. And if you're making your way into your final Shavasana, let go of the breath that we've used during the class. Let go of the actions that we've done in the class. Let your body completely surrender into the earth. And let your mind be still. Empty out. Let go. If you have the opportunity to stay longer, please do. Or begin to make some small movements through your body, deepening your breath and bringing your awareness back. And you might have to wake up kids and dogs that are staying in front of your camera. And make your way slowly to a comfortable seated position. Bringing your hands together at your heart center. And I know you're all comfortably numb right now, so may hope Om Shanti, 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 Om peace, peace, peace to all. Taking a moment of gratitude for yourselves first and foremost, and then for each other, for your energies, your commitments. Thank you so much all for being here. Namaste, Satnam Go in peace. Happy Mother's Day to four-legged and two-legged families. And if you're home, stay fit, stay healthy. Get a vax, wear a mask.